Good morning. We'd like to welcome you to the BlackUSA.News morning show. My name is Donnie Glover, publisher of BMoreNews.com and BlackUSA.News. Hope you had a restful night. I think I had a pretty restful night. Hope all is well with you. Look like we got a little break from the rain, although we need the rain. I don't know about those hurricanes, though. Ida was a beast. People down in New Orleans still without power. So let us be mindful of the less fortunate. Do check on your loved ones and relatives, particularly if they were in the path of Hurricane Ida. The city of Baltimore, where do we start? Heavens to Betsy. Sometimes it just makes you want to stick your head in the sand. Just close your eyes like you don't see what's going on. Be sure to pick up a copy of I Am Black Wall Street. That's my latest book, where a lot of people looked at the what happened in Tulsa. This book attempts to look at the history behind the people in Oklahoma, how they actually got there. So we're being joined now by Cynthia Rumpf. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Now, when they tell me who Cynthia Rumpf is, I'm like, I don't know those, but I know Miss Prity. Is that you, Miss Prity? I mean, that's what you got now. Is that you? Oh, you don't use that anymore. That was another business.
No, that's me. That is me. How are you, Mr. Glover?
I'm doing good. So you're out of the airport now?
Yeah, been there 4 years now. It's been great.
Okay, well, you're supposed to tell us about this program. That's why you're here. So tell us about the program that got you there.
The Launchpad program, it started in 2017. They did an open call to all businesses. And we went out there not knowing, well, first of all, I didn't even know a small business and not a big brand can be inside of an airport model. So April 2017, I think it was more like October when they did the first initial call. And we went and there were so many people there, some very familiar faces like Adrian Harpool, he was there. I saw some familiar faces like Roche of Roche Cosmetics. And we were so excited, but had no idea what to expect. And the guy, Brett Kelly, with Fraport at the time, was explaining how Ricky Smith, the CEO of BWI, had an idea to bring small local businesses into BWI Airport and see if they could flourish and grow. And the main goal was to get these small businesses from a kiosk into a full inline store.
So before we go too far, because Ricky Smith has been a long-time supporter of our efforts here at Be More News and at Black USA. Tell people who may not know who Ricky Smith is.
Ricky Smith is a godsend. He is the ace coon boom on the highest level. He is the local guy that makes grand very well. He is the CEO of BWI, BWI-Marshall Airport, and Martin's State Airport as well.
And he's a black man from Brookfield.
He's a black man from around the way that is the epitome of leveling up. That's who Ricky Smith is. And the new director of the Greater Baltimore Urban League.
I think he's on the board, right?
Yeah, the new president, yeah.
And this is his second tour of duty as CEO of the airport.
Yes.
Going back to 2002.
Yeah.
So that alone is worthy of celebration. To have a black man running BWI Airport twice in the past 20 years. He's also run the airport out there in Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken, during the tenure of LeBron James in Cleveland. And he's a longtime member, one of the founders, if I'm not mistaken, of Black Professional Men.
Yeah.
An important social group here in the city of Baltimore. So to say the least, he's a West Side legend.
Yes, he is. And he runs, he's the director of AMAC, the Airport Minority Advisement Council.
Now, what is AMAC? For those who don't know, why is that important to people like you?
That's important because minority and women founders of corporations deserve a seat at the table. We all know that. If you don't have a seat, you're on the menu, right? So AMAC is an organization that makes sure that policy decisions and any other opportunity that is afforded to the airports in whole, we have our share. And so Ricky unheads that up as well.
Okay, so tell me about your business. So the last I checked, I remember your husband was a massage therapist. I can't even remember because all I know is you're an entrepreneur. What were you doing at first?
At first, in 2006, we had a vegan hair, face, and body line, so that's still going. And in 2011, we opened Serenity Wellness Studio. And my husband is a massage therapist and a personal trainer and a CPR instructor. So with what I brought as a nurse since 94 and what he brought with all he had, we opened this wellness center for us. We wanted a place where minorities can feel comfortable, can divulge a lot of things, because that was the break-in for me. Remember, I was a nurse manager and the site administrator at the Men and Family Health Center in Park Heights. And our people just doesn't trust healthcare. And so what happens is they would come to their hairdresser or their barber or to us, another professional. Huh?
Didn't you do hair?
I didn't. Everybody thought I did hair and makeup, but I never did. I'm a nurse. Always thought I did. I was just always into wellness and outer and inner. So even though you should eat good and drink a lot of water, you got to look good too then, Donnie, inside and out.
I'll share this with you. Now, I know AMAC, minority is in their name, but I've been hanging out with some people in Harlem, and they don't play that minority term. They don't even like the term minority. They go straight at the jugular. They're about black business. And let me tell you why. Because now you have white males who will get their white wife to be the minority head because women are minority. But the people I swing with, they don't even play that term minority.
There's a lot of that. Have you seen how many non-whites go to Morgan State now?
Yeah, but the concept. The point is, we are black. And we're minority business under Congressman Perrin J. Mitchell. Minority back then meant black.
Yeah.
But that minority doesn't mean black. It means Latino. It means women fronted. Even the LGBTQ are working on tapping into that minority. So it used to be for black people, but it ain't no more.
It's not anymore.
Another point is internationally, I ain't no damn minority. So I just, I'd like to clarify that because sometimes in America, they get it twisted. Just like they get our history twisted.
And that BIPOC, I don't subscribe to the BIPOC.
What's that?
BIPOC. That what is it? Black, indigenous, people of color. I don't want to do that. I'm just black. I just want to be black. Because that starts to widen the pool a little too much for me. So I just want to stay black.
In this book here, I Am Black Wall Street, there are two heroes. One is a white man, John Brown. The other one is a black Indian chief. And what I'm here to tell you is there would be no Black Wall Street
if it wasn't
one could argue that if it weren't for the black Indians. A part of our history that's been lost is that not all black people came in the bottom of a slave ship. Can nobody tell you that? Nobody can prove that to you, because what we know is there were black people already here.
Already.
In Brazil and the Caribbean, there were already black people. So we have to, that's something that I do on a regular basis is pimp slap the history to get them correct. My father always told me about his grandmother. She was a black Indian. She was Blackfoot Indian. If you look at it, there's no question where she is.
Well, that's where my last name Rumpf come from. My grandfather was a black Frenchman. Yeah, he didn't. They didn't come over on the boat either.
A lot of people didn't. There's this blanket statement, this blanket belief that all black people. It's not the first black man that stepped on the shores of North America in modern times was a conquistador. He was an explorer.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Juan Garrido. So there's so much of our history that has been hidden, twisted, buried, and with this internet, social media, so much has come to our awareness that we didn't know.
Well, between Mansa Musa and critical race theory, a lot of people will be awakened and surprised. So,
and tell them who Mansa Musa was.
The richest man still in history, in the history of history. Yes, but
straight out of West Africa. And see, this
straight out of West Africa.
This is the kind of stuff that I want our children to know, because, like, if I knew the Egyptians developed the Pythagorean theorem and all the math that went into building pyramids, I'm sure I would have done better at Poly. And if the teachers knew that, I know I would have done even better. But throughout my academic career, there's always some idiot trying to tell me that the Greeks developed civilization. It's like, come on, man.
That's why they just wanted you to be a carpenter, Donnie. They ain't know the math was in you.
we come from geniuses.
All in the DNA. Oh my goodness. See, and there's folks like us that know, and we just gotta let everybody else know it's in you. They can't take it out. It's in you. Well, this program, Fraport now, has new leadership, and they are doing a whole new cycle. They are looking for a whole new set of small business owners, and they want to put them in place in October. And it's not what kind of business, because this is how I want people to think about it. If a neighborhood needs it, the airport does too. People don't know that there's a gym in the airport, because people spend lots of time in the airport. If you bake something, they need it in the airport. If you make a sock, it's something to wear, they need it in the airport. If you are an electrician, a carpenter, if you teach government classification, they need it in the airport. If you teach how to de-escalate, that's needed in the airport. Even if you teach people cultural or multicultural understanding within your organization, that's needed in the airport. So I want people to look at their small business that's ran very well, understand their systems, their KPIs, and look at the airport as a true and viable entity to operate in.
I got one more question. He's co-hosting with me today. He's a famous author, and he helps people to publish their books, because it sounds like you got a book in you, a book or two. But Leroy, Cynthia runs a business at the airport, and thanks to people like Ricky Smith, like CEO out there. As a matter of fact, we almost forgot. The most important thing is this event on Thursday, right, Cynthia?
Synergy. Synergy, yes.
Leroy, you know about Synergy?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
It's an annual event that they got at the airport. Ricky's known for it. Tell them what it is, Cynthia.
It is an event where Ricky Smith hosts, so that people can be very aware of all the opportunities that is coming to the airport. But Mr. McKenzie, let me tell you, you want to know what's one of the top 3 things that's sold in the airport?
Books.
Books.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Right. Right.
Yeah. So someone like you, who is an author, or someone who is a purveyor of authors, want to come to an event like Synergy, because that is exactly where your audience is. And so what you do, you come in and learn procurement. You learn the process of getting in the airport. You learn the importance of being ACDBE certified. And that stands for Airport Concession Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. You learn how you can come and get certified and who can help you. So Synergy is for you, Leroy.
No, that sounds good. Yeah, if I could get that information, that'd be great.
Cynthia, did you meet Maury yet down in Atlanta?
Did I? I'm in Maury Corner Pocket, because her grandfather is history. Yes.
Leroy, you know who Herman J. Russell was?
Yes, I actually have his book. I have the book. I have his book. Absolutely. The
Who was
Atlanta.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
You said
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Well, Prity just told you that she hangs out with his granddaughter, and she's a big member.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
Do the businesses at the airport, do y'all support each other? Help each other?
Oh, we absolutely do. There is so much synergy that happens between the brands because there's so many different kinds of business opportunities. For instance, now I have a full store, but I started on a kiosk model. If you come in the airport like Leroy, for instance, and you have a book, you don't have to have a kiosk. You don't even have to have a full store. You can have an agreement with other full inline stores and have an imprint at 700 different stores because your book can be sold within the different stores.
Once you get airport
like that, right?
Once you get airport certified.
Once you get airport certified, yeah.
So how do
and I don't think
we go about getting airport certified? Because we trying to go.
You want to come to Synergy. I think it's SynergyBWI.com. You can register right online.
Oh, well, they didn't just put you on Front Street. You've been invited by our general manager, Dave Lovelace, right? He says you need a show on his network.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Look, you know how Black people do. When we find a way to good food and good money, we tell everybody.
Well, I'm a bitch because Leroy gonna try to get you on his network already. I know Leroy. Yeah. This is fair game. He got a network too. Tell him about your show, Leroy.
Well, I actually have two different shows that I do. One is the Author Showcase, which is where it's in partnership with the National Black Unity News newspaper. And what we do is we give authors a platform to be able to talk about their mission, their message, their movement, and their motivation. It's more than just the book, is what I say, because you get an opportunity to be able. I have an opportunity to be able to have a conversation with those authors, and we talk about their books, but we also go into how they became who they are, how they became authors, what their writing process may be, but then also more, what they do beyond the book, so that people can kind of see behind the veil for who they are, so that when their audience does read the book, they can actually have an intimate not a conversation, but an intimate connection with the authors when they're reading the book, because they have more understanding of what into writing that book. So that's the Author Showcase, where they get to do that, and then they actually have the other platform that we place the interviews on, or the conversations, as I call them, on. And then I have the Brand New Development Series, which is where I have conversations with professionals, entrepreneurs that talk about whether it's their personal achievements and personal aspects of life, or I may have entrepreneurs that want to talk about entrepreneurship, who they are, how they became entrepreneurs, what made them want to become entrepreneurs, and skill sets. Where we talk about different skill sets that you can develop or that you need to have in order to be able to become an entrepreneur, or even advance your branding and marketing aspect of your business.
So there you have it. Here's the information for Synergy. It's happening this Thursday, September the 9th, and it's all virtual.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, Leroy. SynergyBWI.com. Okay. So Cynthia, how long have you been out there? And I had to train
definitely
all night. Who the hell is Cynthia? I know Miss Prity. I'm a Cynthia.
We've been out there since April 2017. It has been a wonderful experience. I love business. And so working with Fraport has been a learning experience for us, because like Leroy said, once you are aware of your brand and your target audience, and you spend all the years on that, that's amazing. Well, when you go to the airport, that's a different learning curve, because not only do you have to know your brand and be very clear on who you serve, you're not sure how your business will mesh with the airport traveler. And so it took about 2 years for us to really hone in on how do our business serve the traveler. So we have a positive imagery t-shirt line, we have a vegan hair, face, and body line, and we sell creative wearable art jewelry, right? And so you don't know who's going to walk past you day to day. You don't know what pain points they have. So I had to learn to make my business a pain pill and not just a multivitamin. It's not just a whim purchase. These people are going somewhere. It has to be fast and quick, and we had to figure that out. And with the help of Rapport, we were able to do that.
Where the clothes at?
The clothes are there. The clothes are there. People want
No,
one
no,
piece.
I know you got a whole one. If you need to show, can you show us some of the clothes you got?
I actually cannot. I wish I had the capability to do that. You know,
Y'all
you
got to go on Google and find it.
to do that. Yeah.
Huh?
You know, you can go to the website and do that now.
What's the website?
FashionSpaHouse.com.
She's just working me to death over here.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
And I'm gonna send you an invoice too.
I'm gonna pay you in chocolate.
If I have another kid, that kid's middle name will be Invoice.
There you go, Donnie. Leroy, I sure hope we're gonna see you Thursday.
Yeah, what's the time? What time is it on Thursday?
Starts at, I think, 9.
Oh, okay, so it's in the morning.
Yeah, so be there at 8.
Okay, yeah, definitely. And you said it's virtual, so yeah, I definitely want to get definitely want to tune in and because you all are just poured into me because the airport wasn't something that I had thought of in terms of having the book set. So you just put that bug in my ear, along with I met a gentleman about a month or so ago now. He's a golf consultant. And older gentleman writing his story, but through the aspect of golf. So in talking with him, we out at the golf course. Now I'm the last person to be playing some golf. Never really took to it or anything like that. But as we were talking on the golf course, he's like, look, there's so much you could do with books, with the golf tournaments and things like that. I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, exactly right. So I appreciate this, Donnie, you having me on this morning to be able to talk about this, because the airport is certainly a viable venue for authors. So I think that's great. And it is, I know yeah, absolutely.
I see Leroy now with the hard sweater and the white shoes.
Oh no, yeah, no, you're just only white shoes you're gonna see me in is some tennis shoes.
But you can't go. No, Leroy, you got the part, Leroy. So Miss Prity, tell me more about the about Fashion Spa House out at the airport. Where is it?
Well, right now we are in the AB food court, which is the best place to be, I think, because we have a lot of dwell time. That's important. If you are a retailer, you want to look for that. No matter which airport you're in, you want to be in a space where there's lots of dwell time, because that means your consumer has some attention for your authority, right? And so what we bring is more like an amenity to the airport, because we also help people to find not only the solution to what may have just become a pain point with TSA throwing away their cosmetics. We also have this like 58 t-shirt design where it's a lot of self-celebrating. We get a lot of emails that say, I purposely route my flights through Baltimore to come and shop at your space. And we are, me being a nurse, we do a lot of teaching about skincare. Like I'm always being accused of wearing foundation, but that glow is just natural. I have nothing on my skin. And it's not just about, like Donnie said, he thought I was a makeup artist. It was always about me teaching, reading ingredients, and being very aware of what we put in our bodies. I remember one time I was doing a speech and I told someone that I was just so sick of our people digging their graves with their forks, because I mean, things taste great and that's good, but there's also a conscious effort on the other end of that, and that's how we treat ourselves. So Fashion Spa House may be a weird name, but it's also a self-care, self-celebratory brand. We are a lifestyle enhancement company that makes this impression every day in the airport, and people pick their flights to come through Baltimore not because of what we put on them, because of how we make them feel. And that's important, right? Leroy, I look forward to you being our neighbor.
Wow.
You
You sound like you said that a time or two. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I really believe in what we do. I just really, really do. You can buy clothes anywhere, t-shirts anywhere, but yeah. Oh, I'm cute right there too. Look at that. You know, and I just want to give a shout out to everybody who weigh over 150 pounds. Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
You got to get Monique. Monique is a little more colorfully than you. She got skinny.
Yeah, you know.
Skinny witches.
Because skinny doesn't always mean healthy. I mean, I'm 5'1", 215 pounds with not one health issue. You know, we have to get out of that mindset too. But I can't emphasize enough, there's more space. It wasn't just space for me. There was so much more space in the airport for more business owners, not just for books. If you have any goods, any services, the airport needs that. But you got to get ACDBE certified.
How long does that take?
I need you on this call Thursday. So it took me about, I think the process takes about 45 days, but the certification lasts a year. And what happens is, let me tell you about the magic of being ACDBE certified. You become more appealing to the primes, just like in real estate, just like in construction. So if somebody has a big contract that they're bidding on, they need this participation from the brand. Remember, the airports are state and federally owned, so they have these minority participation goals they have to meet. So if they are bidding on this new store, they may have to have 30% shelf space for African-American books. This is why it would behoove you to become certified. Oh, is that my Sarah? I see pink and green, honey, on her little band. Hey, Sarah. Hey. I just had to show her that pink and green. I was distracted. But I want the audience members to know that that's right. He said, eat your food like medicine so you don't eat food like, listen. Chap is smart. Promote him to president. But that's important, you guys. There is a leverage in being ACDBE certified. You come to the table not only with a great business, but you become an asset to larger companies that need contracts because they need the small business participation to be able to obtain the larger contracts. Okay? That's very important.
Now, quick question for you. So how long does the certification, do you have to get certified each year? Because I said
every year.
Every year you have to be recertified.
Every year. Right.
That's pink and green. That's the Zetas, right?
I will fight on your head.
Woo, you cursing at it now, Donnie.
Okay, see, we was about to be friends. So that, and that synergy, Leroy, they're also going to discuss how to get ACDBE certified, and they will assist you with the paperwork.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell everybody you know who's really doing business well, they don't want to miss this event, and it's free.
Okay. No, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to be in on that and be able to spread the word. So once I get the information, I'll definitely put it out.
Talking about money, you're gonna need some money, so they're gonna be there too. Okay. Yes. Donnie, I want to see your books in all of the one site. They only got 700 stores, I'm sure.
And we want to see Fashion Spa and all the other businesses at the airport advertising right here on Be More News.
I do need to do that.
The news before the news. We've been there for you for 19 years, lady.
I done been on this show a lot too. You need to send me an advertising package.
We'll put you in. It's not complicated. See, that's security right there. We making so much money, we got security on the spot. You hear? It's not a game. My dog know how to send out invoices.
You know what? The dog name is Invoice, y'all. The dog name is Invoice. That's what the dog name is, Invoice. Lordy have mercy. I believe, babe, you burning the bacon. Hard girl in here. You gonna have a thing going on. Oh my God. Yes, look at that pink and green. Glorious. We're not gonna get distracted, though. We're not gonna get distracted. Donna, you see, she had to let you know. She had to let you know. Donnie, what kind of mentorship you doing nowadays that I can help with? I know you're doing some. You muted, Donnie. I can hear you now.
Chad just told you he wants you to show on his network. We broadcast as of Sunday coming up. We will have shows 7 days a week. So we do this morning show.
Oh, I could come on. Long as we could talk about business and health, I am there.
We have an evening show. We have a Saturday show, and we will next have a Sunday show. So what busy at the airport? Angela, you late. You had to go back and do the replay. But go ahead.
Don't you talk to my sorrow like that. She is royalty, child.
So you want to handle a question?
Yes, Sorrow, we have Fashion Spa House. We create and curate products for the stylish self-care enthusiasts. We have hair, face, and body products. We have stylish earrings, and we have self-celebratory t-shirts like this one. I'm gonna get a Donnie in pink and green that says, "I make my ancestors proud." See that? Yes.
Green, baby.
I'm gonna send you a pink and green one, honey. Watch me.
Hello there.
Hey, Mr. Floyd.
How are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
Great. I did.
So Floyd, you want to meet Cynthia, and also Cynthia runs a business out of the airport. She's a serial entrepreneur.
I know Cynthia.
Oh, you do? Yeah, you know a lot of people. And then there's Leroy McKenzie. Do you know him?
Which Leroy? Leroy McKenzie? I do not know Leroy.
Tell him what you do, Leroy.
Well, I am the president and CEO of JNF Enterprises, LLC, which is a business and publishing consulting firm here in Baltimore. And what we do is we assist individuals and organizations in bringing their visions to reality through books and through entrepreneurship.
Excellent. Do I have your information? I'm trying to make some notes. JNEC LLC.
JNF. Jesus Never Fails Enterprises, LLC.
Is that what that stands for, Leroy?
Yes. That is what JNF stands for. Jesus.
I didn't know you with a holy roller.
Jesus never fails.
How important is faith to you and your husband? Because you've been a serial entrepreneur. I've known you about 20 years. You've always been hustling. I remember you at Park Ice hustling. I didn't know what it was. You just sending out invoices.
Well, me and my husband are both. So I'm an atheist, actually. And my husband is a 5%er.
Oh, that's an interesting combination.
That's an interesting combination.
Well, how important is inspiration? I mean, certainly you done been through enough things to say, or make some juncture, I don't know if I want to do this no more.
Yeah, entrepreneurship is difficult. Walking away from a very steady career as a nurse, and I had acquired some level of success. I have an amazing ability to push through because I just know that I have purpose. I don't think I would be given all of this talent to just waste it. And so even though I don't believe in a higher power, I just know that you should do well, because my conscience would drive me crazy if I did not do well. Every day that I get up, I can't waste it. I have to make a difference. And so because of that, that keeps me motivated and driven.
What keeps you motivated, Leroy?
What keeps me motivated is my passion for my people, my passion for the community, wanting to see us succeed, and wanting us to be able to be who it is that we're called to be, and me to be who I'm called to be. My assignment, as I call it. My assignment is to assist individuals and organizations to be able to bring their visions to reality. That's what it is. I wake up with that purpose every day. How can
What
I
keeps,
bring their vision, my vision, to reality?
hey, Floyd, you moving around out there.
I'm very sorry. I'll be stationary now.
Okay, we got a lot of attention deficit disorder in the Black community. Okay, what keeps you motivated, Floyd? Because you had us talking to the refrigerator door. Nice refrigerator, by the way.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Crazy.
What keeps me motivated? Just the opportunity to be out there, to be able to help people, to be able to get some programs initiated and following through, and to meet people like Leroy and Cynthia and Donnie, and help those in the community to move forward.
Well, tell them about your book, Leroy. Floyd.
I'm sorry.
Tell them about your book.
Oh, yes. I have a book called Poems of Detention. And these are poems that I wrote when I was in prison. And this book also talks about the prison system, whether it be PDFT, correctional officers, the food, or just a daily activity. So
Now Floyd, let's qualify this, because it ain't like you spent 40 years over to jail.
True, I did not.
But it is like you went to jail in your fourth quarter.
I was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment, and then they suspended all but 90 days. And then I was work release program, and I ended up doing about 52 days.
At what age?
I'm 68 years old. 68.
So you were 68 before you saw central booking?
Yes. And it wasn't central booking. I was in a detention center in Anne Arundel County. So I have a story to tell.
Well, you got the floor.
No, this is not, I want to get up the entire program, but I have a story to tell, because it was the fact that I did get incarcerated, spent time in prison. I was convicted of a crime. I'm a convicted felon at this time, and I have to continue to live on. I'm moving as smoothly as I possibly can, trying to help those who may have been having the same experience, similar experience, or maybe even going in that direction, because there's a lot. There's a lot. So I've been focusing on programs that are out there where people have need to be able to get someone to help out. You know, help needs help. That's my new motto for this year. Help needs help. And yes. So, you know, I'm walking the journey. I'm taking as far as I possibly can, and helping out whoever's in my way. Just to give a little extra.
So something I want to share with you is that Floyd is one of our newest advertisers. We just don't advertise your product. We also share some insight with you.
Yes.
We share some of these 8,000 phone numbers in this phone with you.
Yes.
And so one of the people that Floyd needs to know is Leroy over there.
Yes.
Because Leroy is he's a book peddler. That's what he do. He selling books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to connect with you, Floyd, because I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were able to hear it, but I do have an author showcase that I do in conjunction or partnership with the National Black Unity News, and it's an excellent way for you to be able to talk about what you just explained, your mission, your message, your movement, and the motivation that you have behind your book. So
great.
Yeah, definitely want to connect with you.
Now, Leroy, there's a person in your network named Rico Crawley.
Yes.
Now, the way he supports people kind of reminds me of some things I do. Tell him who Rico Crawley is. Everybody should know him.
Well, they should know him. I mean, he's an excellent brother who is embedded in the community and assisting individual organizations and fundraising and doing different aspects of business. He's somebody that is well connected in regards to people that you should know, people doing great things in and for the community. He's supportive of all things in the community. So I mean, every
Hey,
time I turn
Cynthia.
around,
Hey,
he has
Cynthia.
something going on.
Yeah.
Rico help you get that loot.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
where.
Rico Crawler. Let
I
me
don't
write
know
this
where.
down.
I don't know where he get the money from, but he help people get that loot.
To raise funding. Yeah, he certainly is. He certainly is a great fundraiser. He is a great person to as far as putting strategies together to fundraise. Absolutely.
And he's not afraid of the hood. The first time I met him was at our social club.
Mm.
Oh, a lot of people, lot of good folk meet up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us we get so comfortable though. We ain't used to coming down to Penn North no more. So now you know Penn North, non-black people with no shirts on, popping, smack,
Yeah.
expecting you to move out the way.
Uh-oh.
And that's when
Therein lies the problem.
Yep.
it's called identification. You been to New York lately, Cynthia?
Yeah. I go like
They
every
got a
other month.
Starbucks and a Whole Foods up in Harlem.
What they don't got in Harlem is no melanin. The melanin is leaving. Did you see the massive amount of exodus that's going on though in New York?
In
But
Harlem,
that's going on.
and now
That's going on. You say that's going on in Baltimore. That's going on in most of cities like that. So yeah, are they leaving or are they being pushed out?
Cynthia, you're upwardly mobile. You're upwardly mobile,
ahead, Donnie.
attractive black woman. Presumably, you can live just about anywhere you want. The average sister ain't moving to Sandtown; she moving to Ramstown.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The white girl is moving to Sandtown. The white girl moving to Sandtown, and she buying 2 houses side by side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because
what happened? What's happening to us?
You know, what's happening to us is some of us are still conditioned, Donnie. See, these are uncomfortable conversations you and I've been having for what, 15 years? The ones of us, the rebellious Mansa-Musas of us, Donnie, the me and yous, we have conversations like we still go to Penn and North because we haven't forgot who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And we won't leave Penn and North. We'll buy it once we'll see it go on sale. Some of us went to HU, Hampton U, FAMU, and was sold the dream, got the debt, and didn't use the debt right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Me and Donnie, we gonna stay on Penn North, buy on North Avenue because we see what's coming. You're not gonna gentrify because we buying too. Mm-hmm. The others of us went and got the degrees, bought the dream and said ain't a job unless it came with a suit and tie. Mm-hmm. Didn't get nothing but debt in the dream. We saw what was coming and we staying, and we're going to prevent gentrification. So that's what's happening.
Have you been being an entrepreneur, Cynthia?
That's why I left nursing, because I was initially a part of the dream. My parents were that first generation of college blacks. And so what they did, they wanted me to be a part of that. And what I saw was, wait, I'm going to school to make somebody else rich. You know, I don't want to do that. So even though nursing was a good career that you will never need a job for, I said, oh, I don't want to need a job. I want to build wealth, and job and wealth are on two different hemispheres. So that's why I left that good job, and now I'm building wealth, and I hire all people that look like me, and I teach them things while they work for me to elevate them away from me so they can go be another me.
Great.
How about you, Leroy? How come you ain't on somebody's clock right now?
That's because I learned, just like Cynthia, but in corporate America, that I didn't fit. And I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit in me, and knew that I was going to be an entrepreneur. And if you'd asked me would I be doing what I'm doing, that's another story. It didn't look like what I see it as it is now. And so I enjoy the flexibility and the freedom that I get with being able to do what I do, and enjoy the have a passion for what I do. But then also, like Cynthia said, was about making us better. We make it when you're in this position, you're able to impart and pour into other people those skills and those things that they can see, that they might not have seen in themselves, or that they might not see in themselves. I had people that did that for me. I had people that did it for me, and I in turn have an obligation and a responsibility to do the same thing. So whether it's working with an author, working with an entrepreneur, in whatever way, shape, or form that looks, I'm able to do that, and I don't have to worry about, hey, if I want to get up at 10 o'clock, then I can do that. If I want to work till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I can do that because I got up later or started later. I can do that. I have that flexibility to be able to do what I do and get what I need to get done. So I've always, loved that. And I'll be honest with you, here was the really, really turning point for me. Real quick, Donnie. I'm working at a hotel. I was an assistant general manager, and my major was hotel restaurant management in college. And I had my district manager, and I ain't gonna have to tell you what she looked like, said to me, "As long as I am here, you will never be a general manager." I knew it was time to go.
Yeah.
What's her name, Karen?
Close to it. Close to it.
Leroy, as long as I'm here, you'll never be general manager.
That's what she told me to my face.
See, I'd have made a phone call for $5. Floyd, let me ask you something. Floyd, selling a book, being an entrepreneur.
Yes.
How many books have you sold in the past year?
I've sold 500 copies of my book, and I have not had one book signing. Well,
I'm going to have my second book signing on the 22nd.
Okay.
But what's your point about not having a book signing? You just sold them out the trunk of your car, off your bike?
I have a website, and interestingly enough, Donnie, when our situation happened, a lot of people wanted to hear the story, which I still haven't put in print. A lot of people wanted to hear the story, so they reached out to me to get a copy of the book, which is a very lighthearted book, but people still want to hear the story. What happened? How did it happen? Where are you now? Okay, you'll get that, but right now I'm gonna put some more of my poems book, because the poems are just showing you what I went through and my daily experiences, the food, the correctional officers, fear, all of that kind of stuff that comes through. So you'll get that in my book. Plus, you're going to learn about institutions and things like that. But people want to know what happened. How did it happen? Can I make sure it doesn't happen to me? Can you protect me? Can you give me some guidelines? You'll get that. You'll get that in my speaking engagements, maybe. You'll get that. But people wanted to purchase the book to see what was going on. So 500 copies of that book went pretty fast.
Cynthia, I need you to touch on COVID and its impact on Black business.
COVID was another example of how misinformation, disinformation, and the inequalities just exist. And we were just the tokens. We were the brunt of the abuse. I don't want to give COVID more shine than what it needs. What I want to do is shine a light on how stop expecting Black businesses to operate with the bare minimum and still come out on top. We were doing fairly well. We have been in business since 2006. I was still working because we were still Black in business. And what I mean by that was, although year after year we were turning a profit, we had never filed bankruptcy like we know a lot of companies do. Restaurant businesses have a horrible staying power, track record, and have a tremendously high bankruptcy rate. So do some other very small profit margins. We produce our own t-shirts. We produce our own skincare, which has our profit margins between 73 and 84%. When people look at businesses, they also look at who run them. Here I am, a college trained nurse. This is a very systematic, a certain kind of mindset, professional, all the things that it takes for the business to win. And I had not received my first business loan until COVID. We talking 14 years in. Like, COVID shined the light on the inequalities of Black business the way every other trauma does. And out of chaos comes opportunity. So I was so happy that some people were able to sit down, slow down, and really tune into their numbers. And so you saw some new businesses come because there were opportunities. There's always going to be opportunities in chaos, but some people were able to sit down and really do that. Some people got their businesses together so that they could apply for loans. And this is what I want to say. Black people, because that's who I'm talking to right now. I'm not talking to everybody, so don't say, why didn't I say everybody? I'm talking to Black people right now. I need you to stop tipping your toe in business. If you're going to do the business, do it all the way. Get the paperwork done correctly. Get the taxes done correctly. Get the filings done correctly. So
get the business bank account.
Get the business bank account. Get the EIN. Don't share it with your personal. Like, there's too many resources to say, oh, I didn't know. SCORE, SBA, mentorship. I have a program. There's gobs of information out there. Get with your chambers of commerce. They even have a Black chamber of commerce, but the internet is wide open and nobody is shutting the door. Ain't no white man got the key.
And let me throw this in there on chambers of commerce. There are Black chambers of commerce all over the country. And on that note, in October, the U.S. Black chambers will have their annual event over in Washington, D.C. under the guise of Ron Busby. But wherever you are, there's a Black chamber. And don't be limited to any one geographic area, because
any one area.
I learned that there's a blessing in COVID. If you're a true hustler, if you're a hustler,
I think we got $70,000 worth of free money. Nobody came and knocked on my door and gave it to me. Right. With all this extra time I had, I put in the work to look on the internet. There's so many grants, I don't even have enough time to apply for them. I hired a person, I'm not kidding, to search for grants. That is her job. Go find me free money. How do you do that? There's enough money out here to pay her.
Cynthia, I've been trying to tell people, hire people and pay them. Not only pay them, pay them the best compensation package in the region. And those are the words of Eddie Brown Capital Management. He runs a $500 million investment firm. We want to give somebody $5. Whose phone is that? Somebody got to answer the damn phone. But we want to give somebody $5 and expect 20 years of service. You know what I mean?
You can't do it. You can't do it. And all people are not extrinsically, which is money and gifts and all that, driven. You will find somebody who, if your business is doing well and being well and living on good intent and purpose, will come volunteer, but offer them something. But the people who need money, pay them well. Pay them well.
If I want you to do something for me, I need to pay you your price.
You need to pay
for the Black Assembly. If you my friend, if you my family, I want you to hear this, Floyd. If you say me and you good, you can come here and ask for no discount. If you work for a black family business, you're gonna be the first one fired if you climb it. You know why? Because you should know better.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's my job to treat you right, but don't come in here with that okey doke that I wouldn't take from somebody else. I will fire.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. But there was so much money out here just for black businesses, Donnie. When I tell you money was everywhere. And we couldn't get it because the paperwork wasn't right. The filings wasn't right. The EIN wasn't right. Your taxes, you didn't pay your sales and use tax. Listen. Get your stuff together so you could get all this money they got out there. There were so many grants. It was pages and pages and pages. And we're talking about this in Maryland. We're not even going to talk about how many was federal. So that's what I want to talk about, COVID and black business. Right. It really shined a light on you can't complain about what money you didn't get because you didn't have your ish together.
Mm.
Yeah, and that was the big thing, because you would hear the talk that black businesses aren't getting aren't getting the PPPs, and so I said, well, a big part of that was because when it came, like Cynthia said, they were dabbing their toes in business as opposed to being organized, being structured, and having on their team an accountant. Having on their team an attorney so that they could do those things.
Let me just say this. In America, non-black people get a pass on some things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Donnie, we already know that game. We know that game. We know that they're going to get a pass. So we can't even, that's not even, to me, that's not even an issue because we know that they're going to do that. Our point is, like Cindy said, we need to have our ish together. Because if we got our stuff together, then we get that free money that's out there, and they can't deny it because we have all of the paperwork. They're looking for an excuse not to give it to us, for it to sit there.
Mm-hmm. Any excuse?
Yeah.
So you motivated? You ready to go out to the airport and sell your book?
I'm sorry, didn't hear you.
Are you ready to go out to the airport with Cynthia and her husband set up shop?
Set up a little book and her shop for a little while.
I'm so glad you took the time to find us.
Is he gonna?
Floyd said he ready. Floyd said he ready.
That's your husband.
Cynthia, is your husband
he on another meeting on.
Okay.
Oh, y'all zooming it up.
We're Masonic brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Floyd is Masonic brother. We got Floyd book. Yes, we do.
They have my book. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's go around the horn. Let's start with you. Any final thoughts? And thank you for joining us today.
Who we starting with?
Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, my final thought is black business is just like black people. There's a level of excellence living there. You just have to bring it out. I wish everyone well.
Good deal. How can people find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms, Fashion Spa House.
Okay. Leroy, final thoughts.
Yes, sir. Well, my final thoughts is black excellence, black economic empowerment, and black community. We are who we are. And as a lot of my friends have said, and I've said, nobody's coming to save us but us. So we have to be in the position to do just that. You can reach me at www.jnfenterprises.com.
Wonderful.
Floyd Wright, any final thoughts for today?
Well, I'm saying I've learned a lot just today. And Cynthia, I've been watching you for a good while from a distance. I want to make sure I come to your location. But one of the things that I talk about when I'm talking to some business people, if you're going to sell Scotch tape, you better sell the best Scotch tape that's out there. Have your best marketing tool, have your best product, have your best presentation so you can make that sale. Because the guy down the street, he can be a Dollar Tree selling dollar tape, but your dollar Scotch tape could be $5 Scotch tape, but it better be the best Scotch tape. All I'm saying is that whatever resources out there, whether it be grants, anything, money that's available, get it and be successful and take it to the highest level you can.
Now, Floyd, you belong to a fraternity too. I know Miss Cynthia belonged to the Deltas. You belong to the Kappas, right?
AKA
Oh.
Hey, I just wanted to see if y'all was listening.
Cynthia, he did not do you like that. Oh,
You know, wherever I can sprinkle my magic at is fine.
Woo.
You're right.
Listen, tonight we have a wonderful show at 7 p.m. We're going to have Tasmia Gathers and her partner, Emma Peralta. Now, they have in New York the brunch pitch competition. They had it in Harlem, they had it in Brooklyn, and we're going to be bringing it to Baltimore. Long story short, the brunch pitch competition was created by the DM firm and United Black Businesses to focus on Black entrepreneurship. So that's 7 p.m. tonight. I hope you all can join us right here on BlackUSA.News. Miss Prity, Leroy, down in Florida, Michael Randolph. You love the show. I'm addicted to it. You go ahead there. And my main man, Floyd, Wright.
Yes.
It's been a beautiful day. So thank you for joining us. Up to date, down my day, and everything will follow. Nothing to it but to do it. I got to do it, regardless of how I feel. I am somebody. I am my brother's keeper. Good morning, world.
Morning. Thank you.